between us. I've decided to continue doing this, head up close because number one, I think it's more intimate and it's more conducive to me just talking like we're friends. And the other thing is, okay, I'm a little lazy, but that's not true today. And I found that I get more views from this than formatted this way with the video vertical rather than horizontal. I did intend to create, and I will create another video later on today. That's why I'm dressed up like this. I'm going to do something new. See, I am a graduate of Syracuse University's Newhouse School, and I have some expertise in how movies are written, how they work, how they're made, and so forth, storytelling, and so forth. And that carries over to television too. So I thought it would be fun to, if YouTube will allow me, to show to do reactions, but these aren't reactions like your normal reactions. These will be reactions to unsold TV pilots. I want to tell you about um, how movies are put together. One of my podcasts, one of my five other podcasts, is called How Movies Work, and I'm still in production on those podcasts. I wrote a couple of scripts yesterday for my the Paranormal Blind Spot podcast. The podcasts themselves are already set up on just about whatever podcast system you use to listen. Syracuse, Sirius XM, Pandora, Deezer. I said Pandora already. YouTube Music, I think Spotify definitely. That's my home base, Spotify for creators. So what I did was get the feed from those podcasts and then feed them into it's called an RSS feed, and I feed them into these other aggregators like Deezer and so forth. So they should be published simultaneously with me just uploading them to Spotify for creators. So what we're going, okay, I know I'm a jumbled mess when it comes to talking. I'll try and talk linearly. It's just how my mind works right now. So I'm reverting back to this for the time being. I'm going to continue recording like this because it tends to get triple digit views. This setup seems to get triple digit views. However, for things like my reaction videos, I really need to do them from my older, admittedly older camera on my iMac. It's a 2015 iMac, but um, it's easier that way for that. So I'm going to be in the bottom part of the screen or somewhere on the screen. And what we're going to do is watch an unsold TV pilot from 1988 called Cadets with Jaleel White and Soleil Moon Frye. And I haven't seen this before. I've purposely not watched this before. And I'm going to just pause at least every 15 seconds so YouTube doesn't come after me or block the video or whatever. Um, I haven't been recording. I know this is a no-no. I should, just in case, I should save this to one of my external hard drives just in case. Um, but what I'm going to do is pause and then comment on like tips on writing. Notice the main character did this. Notice this is introducing a conflict in the overall story. I'm a student of Dramatica, so I'm hoping that this is also an opportunity to describe more about how Dramatica works. I haven't seen the pilot before, so this will be fresh to my eyes. Now, those of you who have been curious about my personal life, as if my projects weren't my personal life anyway, uh, I reached out to Access VR, somebody on Friday, and close to around 4 o'clock, when things close at 5. But Access VR, and I thought perhaps I could get some help from them. Um, I've reached out to everybody I could think of, every organization I can think of, um, and ventured into something else, which I will go into at a later time, like maybe a year from now, um, when things have progressed. I'm still learning song composition. Um, I've been working with AI, a Claude AI, which has been wonderful. It's a great learning tool. I can be able to hum a few bars and then hum a few bars into my um, forget the name of a voice memo app on my iPhone, and then share that with Claude AI, and then Claude AI gives me some feedback and so forth. So it's a great bit of help. I'm learning about more about ostinatos, more about the notes. I want to be able to create a catchy tune. I want to learn how to do that much better, and then I can put the words onto that. Verse structure is different, so the lyric structure is different. If you don't have a catchy tune, really, I think you're just wasting your time, because I want to write songs that have catchy tunes, and then I already have what I want to say in the lyrics, and then match the lyrics to the catchy tune, rather than um, have the lyrics first and then try and figure out a catchy tune, or figure out any tune to match the lyrics. So, okay, going back to Access VR, this is a great opportunity for me to, what's a term? Catharsis. Do kind of a catharsis. Write out what has been inhibiting me in life, and so forth, and just write it out and share it with somebody. Somewhere, somebody out there must be able to help me out. Um, I have also gone back to trying to get into modeling. I know these seem like high hopes, but I've heard that I'm a good looking, my girlfriend says that all the time, but not just her. Um, I have heard a few times over the past 30 years or so that I'm attractive. So I need to put that to good use. I had never thought I had been attractive. Not exactly quite the opposite, but just not attractive. I like to be attractive. I like when women are attracted to me. I like very much when women are attracted to me. So I and I also modeling ties in with acting. And by the way, there's a great reality show. Sadly, I don't think it's available on YouTube itself. I, th- as I recall, I think Amazon Prime might have it. I think I actually subscribed to these shows. It lasted for 2 seasons. It's called "She's Got the Look," and it's a great theme song by Roxette. She's got the look. Turn brown eyes turn blue when everything I ever do, I do for you. Great song, great 1980s song. Um, it's a reality show. It's a contestant reality show where Kim Alexis hosts, and there's Beverly. I can't remember her last name. Beverly and somebody from Wilhelmina Models, and somebody else who's a photographer, so forth. They're the panelists basically, and through about, I think, 10 episodes, um, they whittle down contestants. Sorry. These are aspiring models of varying experience that that are over, I believe the age is 35, or 30 or something like that. I think it's 35. And some are pretty close to 35. Some of them are much older. And they put them through a series of opportunities for modeling. For example, doing an infomercial. One of my favorites was the acting, where they had to walk in high heels, kind of run in high heels, and pretend that they're spies for a movie shoot. And it's so funny because I found it was fun, um, watching not just pretty women in these different situations, but it takes more than just being a model, in front of a camera to be successful. And I consider one of those very educational. There's some other reality shows I find educational. I like Gordon Ramsay's. Although I know that he has several shows, but two of them I like are Hotel Hell and oh, what's the main one he has? Something about restaurants. Oh my gosh, and I'm blanking on the name. The one that he's really famous for. Anyway, those are two what I would call educational reality shows because it tells you a lot about management. It tells you a lot about how to run a business, how important communication is. Um, Darn it, I can't remember the name of his primary show, which he took. I believe it was like an American version of his show in Europe. Darn it. Oh well, but it's very amusing, very entertaining too. So anyway, back to modeling. Um, Sorry, my girlfriend has noticed that I tend to yawn so much. Um, Perhaps we were speculating. Well, she was primarily speculating that perhaps it's because I don't get enough sleep, or maybe my stress levels on my shoulders and so forth. It feels like I don't get enough oxygen intake, perhaps under stress. I don't know. Um, anyway, back to speaking of stress, back to modeling. Um, so I created a post saying essentially, "Hey, I don't know if I said I'm out of work, but there's something called TFP, trade for photos, I believe. It's a fancy term for just saying I need photos and you need photos for your you photographers, you need photos for your portfolio. I need photos for my portfolio. So I posted those. I posted that message along with a few good photographs of myself, taken. I happen to have taken by a professional photographer that runs a model agency, a model management agency. But she wanted money to maintain a website, and I wasn't really in the situation to be able to afford that. Um, and I'm in worse situation now. uh, so I use those photos. I attach them to my post in LinkedIn, in my LinkedIn wall, and in several Facebook groups associated with upstate New York or Syracuse, New York, or Central New York, or just New York in general. My girlfriend would remind me how many times I'm yawning. In those groups on Facebook and on Instagram. And so far, sadly, I did that yesterday. So far, sadly, nobody's replied yet. Maybe I'm just too eager. Maybe this thing in a year will help. Um, I'm planning. I'm going to go August 21st, a year from now. Hopefully, that will be. That's about almost a month from now. a year from then, hopefully something will have changed quite a bit. Hopefully for the best. I know for the best, but hopefully it'll have spin out. It'll have secondary, good benefits, side benefits that spring out of that. Um, so, and it relates to Samantha Bahar, my female alter ego. Um, so anyway, what else? Oh, I wanted to tell you about my dream I had yesterday, or well, blah blah blah. Last night, I had this dream, and I don't usually have this dream where I'm associating with like kids or going back to school or anything like that. But I want to tell you the dream and see if you have any thoughts of your own. Comment below what you think this dream means. Um, so I remember walking. It was so vivid too. Um, and usually dreams like this, I think, come from one's thoughts. Um, that's why tying it back to movies, movies are really a dream put on screen. I didn't mean to rhyme that. They are thoughts that have been rolling around in your mind, like desires or wishes, and then the dream is like a movie version, not necessarily literally what you want, but like your deeper desires. Like if you want to go back and relive your childhood, it may pop up as a dream. That's more a literal translation. I think the way your mind works, it's more subtextual than that. Um, and the dream creates a scenario. The dream is a scenario. So anyway, going to the dream, I remember walking down Second Street and walking this route that I would normally take to elementary school and coincidentally middle school because that was next door to the elementary school. And I don't know why I had this dream, and um, I saw some kids with skateboards and so forth, and they were kind of intimidating. But and I was aware that I was older. It's funny in dreams you're aware of certain things. It's sort of like you have an independent thought. Anyway, I walk all the way down there. I remember the curve too. I walk around because Second Street curves. Um, and then I reach the building and I asked somebody, "What time is it?" Because I really wanted to talk with any staff. I hoped it wouldn't be, shut down or closed for the day after walking all that distance. And she said like 2:45 something. Good. Or 2 something or other. Good. I have time before the school closes at 3 o'clock. So I go in, and right nearby is the office, and I sit down, and I'm talking with, and I don't recognize any of them. And there's another office, like another door for with a private office next door, and I presumed that that was the principal's office. So I didn't go in there. I went into like the secretary's office, which is somewhat large. It had like a couple of secretaries working there. Maybe that's related to this thought. Well, anyway, I'll describe this and then I'll talk about maybe why I might have had this dream. So okay, I just picked up a lot of viewers. I want to tell you to tune in later today for my another YouTube video. This time I'm going to be commenting on um, I'm going to be reacting to Cadets, the Unsold TV pilot Cadets. So if you want to learn how movies work, how to tell a story effectively, tune in for that. It's going to be on a wider screen. It's not going to be on this vertical format. It's going to be on a horizontal format. Okay, so anyway, going back to my dream, I um, I sat down with a friendly secretary, and there was another secretary working a little bit far away. And I don't remember what I was talking about. I remember at some point towards the end, she was using things with computers that you know decades earlier when I was going to elementary school or just school in general. Hi, Francesco. Is that how you pronounce it? Hi, hope you're having a good day. Thanks for the heart. The heart. Um, I um, it would be decades earlier would have been handled by the teacher alone, but now that with technology, yeah, of course. Um, May you have a really bright day today. Thanks. Um, I went to and blah blah blah. Okay. Um, she now has this computer where she puts in a code determining, a code for what this kid's behavioral problem is. It had something to do with behavioral problems. And so I asked what the behavioral problem was, and I don't remember. Like talking back, I think is what she said. And I thought, wow, that's remarkable. So they keep track of, behavior of kids through computer, and input like computer codes relating to what the behavioral code was and so forth. It's just not that out of the ordinary. I guess they were sort of doing that when I was going to school anyway, but normally I think the teacher would just write it out by hand. Um okay, so that's basically the end. I didn't oh and I walked out a little bit. I walked down the hall a little bit, and starting to remember the dream. I wanted to meet Mrs. Nolt. Um was my French. She was a language teacher in middle school. Strange that I was in elementary school, but anyway, um, so I didn't meet anybody I recognized. I walked down the hall and turned the corner and met up with some people near the gym. I took the wrong turn in terms of hallways and so forth. It's weird. I think I've had this dream before where, I mean, not this specific, but I mean, I think I've had a dream before where I would be on like the top floor, like the third floor, and I would I would know what room I had to go to, and either take the stairs or just stay on the same floor. But it'd be this fear of taking a wrong turn and winding up, or taking too much time between classes. Have you ever had a dream like that? Um, so anyway, I didn't meet anybody that I recognized in real life outside the dream. That's about the end of the dream. That's about as how interesting, how frightful my dreams are. I don't get nightmares. I don't get frightful dreams. I have. It's not to say I've never had nightmares. I had a nightmare, at least one nightmare related to me losing stuff. I dreamt that I was being kidnapped and robbed and so forth. Um, I'm dealing with that in therapy, not the dream necessarily, but I'm dealing with several things in therapy. Um, my therapist is really good, by the way. Okay, so what might have caused that or inspired that dream, I should say? Well, I've been saying in earlier videos that there are two jobs that I'm up for, and one of them, I really need $260 by July 30th to be able to pay July 31st in order to pay off Verizon, to keep my Verizon phone and internet service. And it's been worry. Hopefully, some people will be able to chip in. Meanwhile, I got rid of my TV and streaming service, but I absolutely need internet and phone in order to, number one, keep working on getting a job, and number two, keep making these videos. It all ties together. So, um, anyway, there's that one job, and the recruiter said, she can't put me on. I'd be, working from home, um, and it'd be, customer care and so forth. But it's a type of job that I've done before. but I absolutely need internet access. They would supply the equipment, I just need internet access. But the more interesting job that don't tell my recruiter that, but the more interesting job that I would really love to have, one, partly because I worked there before, two, because there were coworkers there that enjoyed having me and I was proud of, doing the job. Number three, um, it seems more stable. Um, it's a state job in a mental facility, um, and I've worked there before. Again, I've worked there before. There are several coworkers that really appreciated my work and thought highly of me, and I felt proud. And it was somewhat an easy job. It was clerical, and this one is office assistant or some kind of assistant, clerical assistant. Um, at least it would help pay my bills. Like, I'm unemployed right now. It would at least help me. Uh, at least it would pay my bills. So, um, I guess maybe I went back to elementary school. I mean, in my dream, and maybe that inspired it. So, um, that's basically what I wanted to share. And later on, if you want to watch me react to a video, learn how, or react to a TV pilot, um, see how movies are put together, how they're written, how they're structured, tune in later today. All right. Oh, um, this is my vlogging channel. Um, Sorry, I'll get better. I'll have more interesting topics. Um, I also want to put up a video about the Travis Walton UFO case. I didn't want to dilute the channel with too many different topics, but um, I do want to talk about UFO cases. I want to talk about the Bible, not preaching, but intricate, intricate structures of the Bible. I want to talk about 80s toys and the podcast. I've five podcasts branched off from this, but this is my blogging channel right now. Um, so if you're interested, tune in later, and I'll put up my reaction to uh, cadets. All right. Hope you're having a good day.